We are actually seeing one of the biggest changes in the history of the world economy, and almost 90% of the world is asleep at the wheel, not researching, not understanding, and not ready for what's coming and shown in this movie. I want to talk about a lot of what we're seeing right now, why it does affect Ripple or even XRP, and how they might be at the front of this huge once-in-a-lifetime change. After that, everyone is welcome to the channel. If you're new, my name is Nick and this is my call. If all else fails, you should become a subscriber through this video's end. Let's take a quick look at this post from a subjective point of view, which definitely gives us 7 reasons to be optimistic about this business in the next 24 months. Now, the most important thing I want to say is that this doesn't mean you have to hold on to all of your stuff for 24 months or something like that. In fact, I think we're getting close to another dual market manifestly, so just be ready for that and make sure you guys know about it too. But first, Gary Gensler will be out. He's leaving now. He is basically going to leave the SEC on January 20th, which we know. But in addition to Gary Gensler leaving the SEC, we also have a number of things that make the regulatory situation good. Indeed, crypto usage and acceptance are starting to grow a lot in the US, and I think this is only going to keep going. Mostly because other countries around the world are starting to push the seasoned crypto plan even further and want to become crypto hubs to make this bet work. They need to start accepting and incorporating mistakes in the right way to get to the best place. There is more stress on the US, and I think the US is also aware of this right now. But also number 3, the hiring of a crypto czar fourth. Virtual currency structures are on the rise. They've been on the rise for decades. 5th, the CFTC classifies some cryptocurrencies as goods. We know that Brad Garlinghouse met with Caroline D. from the CFTC again in 2022 or 2023. 6th, a solid coin act that's floating around Congress right now best supports the RLUSD even more. Additionally, we know that this may be coming on the 4th. That's really going to be a big one to focus on. And then a road, we have a wide range of 7 institutional capital transfer options after regulators make it clear how to send trillions of dollars to faraway places. If you're here thinking about it, crypto is a pretty good bet. Yes, I do believe that everyone should have a short-term and even a long-term plan for crypto, because the whole world is going to trade it. We know that the world financial system as a whole is starting to change in a big way to really accept, adopt, and combine these technologies. And as we really think about that, yes, regulatory clarity is most likely going to happen next year. When that happens, institutional adoption happens in a big way, but institutions have already been here. They've been set up as if they've been getting ready for regulatory clarity for a while. This makes us wonder what crypto projects and agencies are going to benefit the most. It's been more than 10 years since Ripple closed the gap by using the XRP ledger and pushing it to institutions and big banks. You already know of some of the giants that are at the forefront of this, especially since XRP technically already has clack, Nickley already does have clarity, but on top of that, if we look over here from Smoke Dog nations are going bullish on crypto to anti-crypto. Nations are now opening their doors to crypto. Countries are becoming bullish on crypto. Countries that have been against crypto for a long time are now starting to allow it. This is because more and more people are interested in and using crypto. Why the heck do crypto do that is why, and how does crypto become popular with most people? But institutional attention is also useful because it has grown a lot in the past year and looks like it will continue. Almost everyone in the US wants to get on this train. They don't want to miss out, but if we go over this, you would have seen this coming 5 months ago. When we cross over here in March of this year, SWIFT announced plans to start a new critical bank digital foreign currency platform in 12 to 24 months. This will allow crypto to be used in transactions over SWIFT's network of 11,000 institutional members in 2025. That date is October 3rd. I bring this up again because SWIFT is the force behind the big banks. More than 11,000 businesses have already signed up. As of the following details, financial institutions from around the world will begin to try to keep up with virtual assets and currency transactions on the SWIFT network. Good morning. Did someone say that the world economy is going through one of the biggest changes in its history? Yes, we have been talking about it. This is exactly what I mean by this, but keep in mind that the SWIFT doesn't settle or clean. This means that if you think they need to connect to a third-party game in order to get the most up-to-date and quick clearing and settlement of property, on top of that, let's go to this published page here. That's because it's very common in the US. President Trump's spokesman says that countries that do business with the US will have to pay 100% taxes on US goods. If they come up with a new foreign currency to replace the greatest dollar, you might be saying, That's all, Nick. We were there for you until the very end. And that's okay because I'm going to explain this. It will make the push to new, not so great financial and settlement systems stronger if we think about this. But besides that, make the push toward virtual currencies even stronger. Let's cross over right now. As of now, Trump has said that BRICS countries will be hit with 100% taxes if they try to make a new currency. The biggest dollar, here's how it all breaks down. Here, they're talking about the new BRICS FX and saying that, they might pass and find another fool. The BRICS are not likely to replace the US dollar as a medium of exchange in any US country where efforts must be made. As you say goodbye to America, keep in mind that the BRICS have grown longer. There are now a huge number of countries supporting what the BRICS are doing, not just 5 like there were before. This will make the excitement even higher. This will speed up the new machine even here. Today marks an old shift. The US is drowning in $36 trillion in debt and has a nearly 7% GDP deficit, threatens countries that it will not pay its foreign debts. At the same time, BRICS take steps to remake and rebuild tough property. The United States wants to keep its power by using gold, which is another important thing to keep in mind because BRICS, in terms of buying gold for a collection, other countries have been going faster than the US. But the BRICS countries were also collecting gold from that time all the way back to 2010. This is because after 2008, they knew what was going to happen. They knew that the old way of running the economy was broken. And as we think about this, and as we make sure you understand, think about what is happening logically. The biggest steps to really speed up this new machine are becoming real. These steps speed it up. If you don't think I'm old enough, go back to 2022 when we put restrictions on the BRICS. In fact, Russia quickly talked about how they were going to use digital currencies right there and fight back against the US dollar. The next day, 24 hours after putting sanctions in place, we started to raise and push for the CDC in the US through Gov Order 1467. If we go over to Linda P. Jones, she did say, great, make a new treasury and give us money back through property sign deals with BRICS are now easy. And that's probably where we'll pass. But it will all be virtual.as we think about this. And as we make sure you understand, think about what is happening logically. The biggest steps to really speed up this new machine are becoming real. These steps speed it up. If you don't think I'm old enough, go back to 2022 when we put restrictions on the BRICS. In fact, Russia quickly talked about how they were going to use digital currencies right there and fight back against the US dollar. The next day, 24 hours after putting sanctions in place, we started to raise and push for the CDC in the US through Gov Order 1467. We go over to Linda P. Jones. She did say, great, make a new treasury and give us money back through property sign deals with BRICS are now easy. And that's probably where we'll pass, but it will all be virtual.